Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Can you tell it's the first time I've spoken today? Today I am doing a review video on a set of brushes that I was sent by M.O.T.D Cosmetics. M.O.T.D Cosmetics is a PETA certified, vegan and cruelty free makeup brush line. So when they contacted me about 2 months ago asking me if I'd like to receive some of their brushes to review, obviously I jumped at the chance. So I didn't specify what brushes I wanted, they sent me what they thought I might like, and the only stipulation was I had to post a review within 30 days of receiving the brushes, which I thought was fair enough because I mean in 30 days you can get a pretty good grip on what you think of brushes. So they sent me 6 of their brushes in this gorgeous rose gold style. I have done the sums on my little sums machine on how much these would cost, and they're actually quite affordable, I think. The bigger brushes are $16 each and the smaller brushes I believe were $12 each. So in total this entire set was, well, would have retailed at $77, which I think is a fair enough price for good quality brushes. These do not come as a set. From what I can tell, these are the individual brushes. So did I create a full entire face using only these brushes? No, I didn't have a powder brush or a bronzer brush, and I think that's all I was missing really, or an eyebrow brush. So those are the only brushes I have to kind of sub in. I will be doing overlays during the video demoing how these brushes work and whether they're any good or not, so you'll be able to see firsthand how they perform. These brushes wash phenomenally, really good. They foam up really well and they rinse well. Sometimes I have issues with foundation brushes like this one trying to get the foundation out, but it slides out of this effortlessly. And as well as that, what I was really shocked at, these dry super quickly. I washed these for the video yesterday evening and this morning at 9 AM they were completely bone dry, perfect, ready to use. So that is pretty good. These dry as quick as, if not faster than, animal hair brushes, which is a first that I've ever seen for synthetic brushes. Usually they take a couple of days. So I'm really happy with that aspect. This company ships worldwide, so that is good. However, the flip side of that is they are a US based company, I believe, and unfortunately, even though these were sent to me for free, I got stung for customs. Now I'm not sure how this worked, okay, so they retailed at $77. However, when I got the customs slip, I owed something like €28. So I'm not sure how that was calculated, and to be perfectly honest, I was very miffed because I felt they should have been marked as a gift because technically they were. I did not buy them, but I mean, it's just something you need to be aware of. If you're ordering from outside the EU, if the value of the package is over, I think 22 or 26 euro, you are liable for customs, and they really are clamping down lately because I'm getting stung all the freaking time. The brushes came packaged quite nicely in a little envelope and wrapped in tissue paper, and they came with this nice little care card with a little note. So my first impressions were that they are really solid feeling brushes, really expensive looking and feeling, and you can tell they didn't skimp when it comes to materials and production. However, after 2 or 3 uses, I did notice that the base brush I have, the foundation brush, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this, but the ferrule is loose. Now, not a huge deal. When it does come looser and maybe pops off, I'll be able to super glue it back on. But I feel for a really nice quality brush line, that probably shouldn't be loose this quickly. Before anyone says that I wash my brushes meticulously, I always point the ferrule down when washing, and when I'm drying them I try and point them at an angle downwards as well. So I was a little bit disappointed at that. However, not a huge deal. I just think when you're paying good money for a product that's good quality and has a good reputation, it shouldn't be floppy like that. Didn't have any issue like that with any of the other brushes though, so it does look like a once off. So let's start with the base brush. This is called Beauty and the Base. This is a really nice foundation brush if you like a quick, easy, light application of foundation. As you can see from the demo, it brushes on the foundation very smoothly, there's no streaks, it blends flawlessly, and it's a good size to get into all the nooks and crannies. I find However, if it gets dirty, you only get probably 3 uses out of it before you have to wash the brush. With some other brushes, I find I can get maybe 5 or 6 uses before I have to wash it, but with this one, it gets a little bit too stiff after 3 uses and you just have to wash it because you won't get the same application of foundation. But I mean, I'm okay with that. It's a really good foundation brush, aside from the rattling ferrule, really impressed. Next, for concealer brush, this is called the Conceal Your Secret brush. Even though I'm showing a demo of this for concealer, because obviously that's what it's designed for, I said in the video I'd better show what it's actually designed for. I much prefer this as an eye blending or crease brush because I find this very, very small for concealer. As you can see by the overlay, it's a lot of effort, and I ended up going back in with a bigger brush because ain't nobody got time to be blending in that concealer. But I actually prefer this as a blending brush. I don't actually have a demo clip of me using it as one, but you're gonna have to trust me, it's really, really nice. It's nice and flimsy and it blends colour lovely. Next, for the blush brush, this is called Get Cheeky With It. That's another thing I really like about these brushes, is the creative names that they put on them. This is a nice cheek brush. As you can see by the overlay, it does pick up the product, but it doesn't pop it onto the cheeks as easily. I'm not sure what that's about, so I do have to build up the product quite a bit. It will be really good for using with very, very, very pigmented blushes because it doesn't put a big streak across your face of colour. So for that it would be nice. I would like if it was a little bit bigger maybe. But yeah, it's perfectly fine as a blush brush. I really like it. Next, the Miss Shady Lady brush. Now I'm going to show you this being used 2 ways. The first way is to blend into my crease and above my crease. As you can see, no matter how gently I use it, it tends to pull, drag and skip on my skin. I feel like the brushes are a little bit too dense and stiff perhaps for blending. However, as you can see now, this is it putting colour all over the lid and it works perfectly for that, and it sort of blends the colour as well as it goes. So I would only be using this to pop colour all over the lid, and in a pinch I will use it to blend because eventually you will get there. However, it skips on the skin and kind of pulls and tugs a little bit, so that ain't good. But yeah, popping colour on the lid, perfect. Next is the eye-catching crease brush. Now as you can see, this is a very, very small crease brush, maybe for detailed cut crease work. However, I wasn't doing cut crease today. So what I did use this for was popping colour underneath my lower lash line, and I found it perfectly apt to do so. Really, really nice. Again, like the last brush, it is quite stiff. It's not very movable, but I mean, it's fine. It puts colour on the bottom lash line perfectly, and for doing a cut crease, I think it'd be really good because it wouldn't splay too much. And lastly, for the straight to the point brush, again, I'm going to be showing you the overlay of this performing 2 jobs. The first is putting on my eyebrows. Now I didn't think I would like this brush because it's quite wide and it's thicker than I'm used to. My Holy Grail eyebrow brush is super, super fine and a lot smaller than this. However, I'm really impressed because this can pop on a brow in record time. It literally 2 or 3 swipes and I have a brow on. It's absolutely amazing. Really, really like it for my brows. And the second use I use it for is just for smudging eyeliner into my upper lash line. I don't tend to use gel liners, so I couldn't really demo it using that. I'm sure it would be okay. I do think it's a little bit thick, so I would only use it for smudging colour into the lash line, kind of, not sloppily, what's the word, kind of to make a more grungy look. But yeah, it'd be nice for underneath the lash line as well if you wanted to go darker closer. But yeah, really, really nice, but particularly like this for the brows. So as I mentioned earlier, I had to sub in a bronzer brush and a powder brush to finish the look. But I think you can create a pretty decent face using these brushes. Considering they are cruelty-free and totally vegan, I am quite happy with these. Will I go back and repurchase? I've actually been on the website and I am going to purchase probably 2 or 3 more single brushes that I'm really interested in using. One being a bigger version of this Conceal Your Secret brush because I felt it was too small for my under eye area, and there's one that looks really, really nice. And there's also a sculpting brush on there. I think it's called the M.O.T.D sculpt brush or something like that. I am going to purchase that as well. This is a really nice foray into the brand of M.O.T.D brushes. The brushes definitely aren't perfect, but there's no brush line that is perfect. Would I recommend popping on and having a look at brushes that you like on the website? Absolutely. The one that really shocked me was the eyebrow brush. This could be new Holy Grail status, and that's saying something. If you're on the hunt for new vegan cruelty-free brushes, I could recommend these. Just bear in mind the customs thing. So yeah, that is my review of the M.O.T.D Cosmetics brushes that I was sent. What did you think? Do you think you'll be purchasing them or looking into them? I would be really interested to hear. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.